I wanted to leave this short and simple for y'all. Actually, I'll set this up right here. This might work. But yeah, I wanted to. Let's see. Okay, that works. I just wanted to say I appreciate y'all because the response. Sorry, I'm kind of out of focus. It's not gonna focus. Anyway, the response that y'all gave was great to that video, and I really appreciate it because I was fucking afraid to post that shit, and there was a lot of stuff in there that I hadn't said before, and it was because a lot of things just happen to be. They happen to fall the way that they fall, you know. And there's a lot of things that I wanted to say that I wasn't really allowed to because I didn't want to make it this whole long fucking thing because I knew people weren't gonna watch it, just not gonna watch it. But I just wanted to say that y'all as viewers, if you consider yourself a viewer and a fan of my channel, I appreciate you. You're honestly, I remember this was kind of fucked up, but it leads into what what I just said. I remember there was one time I was streaming, doing the EXE stuff, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna let people come in. I'm gonna let people come into the Discord, and then they can get in the server, and they can fuck around, and we can be, doing whatever. And I was terrified, being like, I really hope that my viewers aren't kids. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of times where I think about it being like, man, I see other people's viewer bases and they're really stupid. Like, they're really ignorant. You know the ones. You've seen them. You know what I mean? Some people have really, really dumb fucking audiences. So I was really scared when I had first done that, being like, oh, fuck, And I was pleasantly surprised. You know what I mean? None of y'all are fucking stupid. All of y'all are generally pretty fucking smart. Like, y'all have common sense, even though, there's probably things that y'all have disagreed with what I've said in the past, and that doesn't really necessarily drive you away, which is important. That's an important life lesson and something to learn, is that you don't have to necessarily get along with everybody to appreciate another viewpoint. You don't necessarily have to be one-to-one in agreement on a viewpoint for there not to be some sort of gain out of the discussion occurring, and what's going to happen with that. So there's been people in the past who have been like, oh man, that video, wasn't as good, or people would be like, oh, I don't agree with you, and it's like, that's fine. You're allowed to do that, And when I had did that stuff with saying everybody could come in and do whatever, still talk to one to this day. Me and him are working on the stuff that I put in that video not that long ago. I talk to him basically every day. You know what I mean? Y'all are great on a level that other people on this platform can't really say. So, yeah, yesterday I was fucking afraid. I was super afraid. There was a lot of stuff that I put in that video that I was pretty afraid would come back to bite me in the fucking ass. You know what I mean? And the part especially about the tracks was something that I was really afraid to do because he works for iRacing, and I'm not necessarily worried about him. I'm more so worried about people trying to act stupid to him, and I don't want that, because what he did was that he agreed with me, so he did it himself. Like, a real motherfucker would, you know what I mean? And I always wanted to get that part of my story out there, but I wasn't really allowed. But yeah, the main thing about that whole thing and what I'm going to be doing in the future with whatever this is, is whatever I want. But, like, y'all reinvigorate that whole gear wanting to go. You know what I mean? So who knows what I do in the future, et cetera, et cetera. Maybe me and Alex will get our fucking shit together and we can post that stuff for you whenever it's, at a state where, like, we're both happy with it. because I have the too much genes, so I'll crank shit up, and then he's he's great to have around because he'll crank shit down, and we meet in the middle, and it's great. You know what I mean? And once again, I found him through this. You know what I mean? He's a great guy. He's a great guy. He's a great guy. So it's you know, a lot of the time I would look at what was going on with this channel, or just in general, and be like, wow, man, you know, this is kind of a curse, you know? I remember at one point I was really depressed after, I think a breakup or whatever, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to devote my life and time to this. And I did, for the most part. And I felt really good for a while, and then, bitch came back, and then I stopped, you know, really giving a fuck about this, you know, you, and in general, and just not really, like, giving that much of a fuck about content or this, that, and whatever, so, you know, and that was a bad mistake. I feel like if I would have kept going, there would definitely be a lot more of you, and we could have a lot stronger of a community. But once again, this video is just to say that I appreciate y'all for having my back about this topic, because I have yours. You know what I mean? I actively will go out of my way to have your back when something's fucking dumb. And people know that about me now. You know that about me now. And people in the comments were saying, I saw that thread too, I saw this post too, and all of it was fucking stupid. Basically being like, you know, you're right. And it's like, I'm glad that we have this space where common ground can be achieved. And if people want to join the train, great. If you don't, awesome. Nobody fucking cares. You know what I mean? But yeah, this video was to say, appreciate you. Y'all make this really fucking easy. You know what I mean? Y'all make it really easy for me to keep doing stuff. So, once again, appreciate you. For real.